Hi again, guys. Hi. I hope you're doing well. Let us know if you're doing well in the chat. It would be awesome to hear something from you. And today we will talk about how to improve meaningful interaction and learning courses and get successful business outcomes with designing students' journey map and customer journey map and others. So let's begin. In this session, we will talk about the student's journey map. We will go over what a student's journey map is, how to build it, which steps of the journey are essential and which ones are optional. And of course, we will talk about how to use students and customer journey maps and enable better experience. Let's start with a question. What do you know about journey mapping? Have you ever heard of this? Or do you maybe even use it in your projects right now? Go ahead and feel free to share your experiences in the chat. I will give you a couple of minutes to share. Not much. Not used. It's new, excited to learn more. Perfect. Very little. Okay, perfect. I've done mind mapping, but not journey mapping. Okay, this is great. Thank you for sharing your answers. Let's find out more about students' journey mapping. What is it? Before we get to the concept of students' journey map, I want to tell you what is customer journey map. The customer journey map is a tool to visualize the experience of interacting with your brand or a company's reputation from the customer's points of view. The map, this map is critical because it forces you to look at how your customers actually experience your brand versus how you think they do. By better understanding your customer, you can better deliver on their expectations. A student journey map, or CGM, a visual representation of each step a student takes before and after enrolling a course, and it is a part of the learning experience design. Now, this method is widely used by universities, but we think that it is suitable for anyone who provides courses to other people. And in fact, students' journey map came from the customer journey map. So in many articles, you can see both uses. You might ask if it's going to be appropriate to use it in learning experience design as well. For sure. As learning experience design, it is a way of creating human-centered and goal-oriented learning experience that allow learner to achieve the desired learning outcomes. It is human-centered because it means that a course is created as a problem-solving technique that puts real people at the center of the development process. The developer has understanding of audit learning and combines this knowledge with their expertise in graphs design and user interaction. It is goal-oriented because it implies that a course is made for a specific purpose that learners should know and be able to do after completing the training. I hope it is more clear right now, and you will understand why Student Journey Map is a part of this method as well. So, do you need to create a CGM, Students Journey Mapping, or CGM, which is Customer Journey Mapping, for every project? Definitely no. You should build a journey map when you create a new learning experience to implement new formats, modules, and roles. Also, you could use a journey mapping when you want to analyze a course you already have and make it better. There is a significant difference in the kind of experience you are going to design. So, for example, if you're going to create a food delivery app, or a game, or build an online marketing course for employees, you will use different methods, approaches, and frameworks for each of them, right? However, the elements that should be considered during the design process are the same. A famous user experience designer, Jesse James Garrett, offers his diagram, which is most relevant to digital product design. Since we've discovered that the elements are the same for learner experience design or customer journey design, we have taken them as a basic and translated them into the world of learning design and development. You can view these elements as steps, which together provide a roadmap for successful creation of an online map. So let's go through them. Step number 1, develop a strategy. This element is all about identifying the needs of both the organization and learners. What should the course of learning path accomplish for the business? What do learners want to gain from it? Understanding which goal they both want to achieve will enable you to properly define the gaps between the needs of these two groups, so you can design a learning experience that is a success for both. You can start creating a journey map for every user on the planet, right? So primarily, determine who your target audience covers. Break these people into groups according to their behavior, interests, goals, etc. Come up with a name for each persona you describe. Additionally, you can use fictional photos to bring your personas to life and enable you to think of your customer segments as a real people. How many CGM or SGM do you need? What do you think? Could you please share in the chat? Okay, so we are waiting for your answers. Perfect. Definitely you got this well. Yeah, I see. Perfect. Thank you so much for your attention. So absolutely right. You need many because it depends on the case, right? Actually, you require CGM for every persona. For example, you have your target audience and create one persona. Then you will need to create only one student journey map. If you make another persona for your audience, then its journey through the course will be completely different, and you will need to make another map. So journey mapping as a reliable method to analyze students' educational programs in terms of learners' demands. So let's move to step 2. Define requirements. With a clear sense of what the company intends and what learners want, you can start thinking about what is to be learned, how the training process will proceed, what format the learning project will take, and what type of activities it will include. For example, if your goal is to eliminate injuries in the workplace, you might want to create a safety training course for your employees. At this stage, you would decide that it will be a slide-based micro-learning course about employee behaviors when working with electrical installations. To make sure your workers understand the information being covered, you might want to add a quiz at the end of the course. As a quick point, you can create serial maps for different personas. It will get you a deeper understanding of your target groups. So step 3, determine a structure. Now that you know what your course of learning path or learning path will be about, it is time to map it out. You need to break the board topic down into several narrow topics and arrange them properly so that they will flow from one to the next smoothly and provide constructive custom e-learning. So in this stage, you need to determine where a student's journey begins and ends. So here is the sequence of stages of a student journey map might look like. As you see, we have here awareness, research, consideration, registration, pain, learning, assessment, graduation, feedback. However, the final number of stages your journey mapping will depend on your particular case. And as you can see, it's quite the same like customer journey map almost, right? Also, it is about time to add more details to each stage of your map. And at this point, we can return to the step number 1. We need to identify a persona's goals. What a student persona wants to achieve. Being on the same page with the customer helps you adjust your offerings and improve communication. So as for process, what the persona does to reach their goals. Describe how they act at each stage of their journey. Channels, how a student communicates with you. This part of your map details the medium student personas used to interact with your institution. Analyzing channels also helps you to detect touch points, all occasions when the interaction between your students and institution happen. Problems. What obstacles a student encounters through the journey? And of course, ideas and opportunities. What you can do to improve the student's experience. This section on the map is crucial for your action plans and prioritizing. It includes the solution to difficulties you have detected earlier, right? So let's move to another step. We need to write thoughts and feelings. It would help you define what students think with every action at every stage and what they feel, what their emotional reactions are. It is very important. It's crucial to write thoughts and feelings on behalf of your learners. Feelings also could be defined as direct speech. Or you can name emotions like calm, inspiration, or shyness, etc. It's great to create 2 graphs, emotional and engagement. An emotional graph represents the amplitude of emotions, from glad to sad, let's say, right? And engagement graph shows the level of activity, from high to low, and it shows how students interact with the course. Do they actively participate or passively listen to the lecture? It is really important. And it's interesting to the point, point out that even at this stage of journey mapping, you can see pain points and find ideas that will improve the learning experience of your students. For example, if you see that emotional level is low, but engaging is high, you need to pay attention to this spot in the program and think about improvements that could be made in the future. So next step will help you to decide on the interaction. So here you need to think about which learning actives to use and deliver the best learning experience. For example, you might want to add a warm welcome video from your CEO to the very beginning of your onboarding courses and add some slides with case studies and branching scenarios to your sales courses. Or transform a text section with popular questions into an engaging FAQ interaction that is perfectly suitable for a mobile learning experience. It depends on your fantasy. Also, I want to mention that this stage will help you to think more of sensory experiences. The experience you create needs to resonate with your learner's senses and with your company's brand. At this stage, your task is to create a learning experience that is both beautiful and functional. It is about the tone of your writing and the visual design of your course, which should represent your organization branding and communicate the right mood. So the final step is to discuss all discoveries with your teams during a student's journey map presentation. It helps prioritize what you need to do first and develop an action plan. Journey maps are helpful for your business, so keep these maps updated. That is why it's a great idea to revise them regularly. There are many occasions when it makes sense to do it. You can kick in off a new course. You can expand in your business geography. You can test some hypothesis, changing something in your process, editing a new payment option, or creating a page or a social platform, etc., etc. So let's summarize all the elements of CGM and SGM. This slide contains the main elements that are present in every journey map: stages, actions, touch points, thoughts, feelings, pain points, and ideas. There are also some optional elements. You can add them anytime and decide not to if you want. Because when you analyze the journey from the point of view, you will understand if you need them. So you can add business goals, learning objectives, education learner, like environment interaction with different components like student content or student platform, student themselves, or emotional graphs and engagement graphs from high to low. Again, depends on your fantasy and goal. As we found out before, you can use these elements if you need to focus on these aspects of the journey. I showed you only some examples of the journey maps, but of course there are various journeys out there. As we've seen, students' journey map and the learning journey map are almost the same. Also, you can create a teacher journey map or a mentor journey map if you consider them as a target audience and you want to analyze and improve their journeys. Moreover, you can create a newbie journey map for effective onboarding, let's say. Therefore, you can create a journey map for whomever you feel needed. This is a very friendly framework. I hope you think the same. Well, I think that's it for today. And let's summarize what we've covered in today's webinar. So we've learned how to create CGM, right? We learned that customer or user experience is the ultimate. It is wise to get serious about customer journey mapping or students journey mapping and dedicate time and effort to create your maps and improve their experience for your clients. In the end, you and your customers will enjoy the payoff for sure. While they reveal in a more consistent, seamless experience with your company, you will see better business outcomes. You need just trust me about that. And if designing online learning process is a significant part of your job, here are several resources you might find useful and helpful. A comprehensive expert guide, how to create great e-learning content, and a collection of interactive guides, checklists, and tips on instructional design and e-learning. So if you want to create compelling courses fast with no IT skills required, take advantage of the latest technologies in the learning industry. And if you want to get started with it very smoothly, you can download our free trial for 14 days and create ready-made Oh, here. Yeah, thank you so much. So my colleague shared this trial in the chat, so you can start this right now. And it will help you to schedule your CGM or SGM virtually. Yeah, that's it. So I will be happy to answer your questions in the chat. So could you please share them with us?
Thank you, Ina, for this presentation. Yes, we have a couple of questions in the chat. Can we use this method for employees to understand their satisfaction?
Yeah, this is actually a great question. To be comprehensive, companies often need to create serial employees journey maps based on a 360-degree view of how employees engage with the company. For example, one journey map might be with a customer using like Twitter to comment about a company or product brand or others. Another scenario may be with online browsing, proceed to a phone inquiry, or so on. And to generate a detailed stat on each and every employees and create a personal profile, actually iSpring Learn, this is our learning management system, organizes the feedback into clear reports, and we call it the performance appraisal module. Which will help you to evaluate employees using 360-degree. And the performance appraisal module will help you to create questionnaires, evaluate employees, and based on their feedback, create your employee development plan. We also have I
Thank
see
you.
an example from Ashton. If you're creating the journey map for a specific project training, does any part of the map include making changes if you found interaction was low? Maybe feedback on specific parts was not verbal, or if the training ran long and you need to remove any parts. I think the best key to success is to to ask, talk, listen, and understand what your students, users, or customer really want. So it depends again on your fantasy. If you'd like to, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't. Yeah, if you'd like to get feedback on a specific part, and if you'd like to understand the time, evaluation or another feature, so ask precise question. So step number 4. So please tell me if yeah, answered your question. Thank you so much. I see. We shared just some examples, so you can create and generate your own journey map. And after you create the first one, you will understand how to create another one, and you will understand some gaps and how to utilize them. Step number 4 is to write thoughts and feelings. So, Ruben, could you please tell me if it's like a question, or do you need more details about that?
Oh, no worries, Ina. That was the answer for
Oh,
the question.
I'm so
Because, yeah, we had a question like, what was the step number 4? And
mm,
Nadia answered it in the chat.
oh, I
That's,
see. I'm so sorry.
yeah,
Thank you so much for that.
no worries. Yes, and if you have any other questions, feel free to send them in the chat. And also, I have one more question for you, Ina, if you
Sure.
don't mind again.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so what are the key points to create successful customer journey map? I think you just answered it recently, right? But can you just again repeat?
Yeah, I would love to summarize. I think watch, talk, ask questions, and listen will lead you to success, because you can use real time decisioning to navigate customer experience. When you create a 360-degree of your client's experience, you can provide excellent service, right? Because we can deliver good service or excellent service. There are two different things, right? And I hope you feel the difference. And customers' feelings and behaviors help us serve them better. A customer journey map can help you build similar, optimal customer experience at every interaction. Because think through how your customer gets into your sales funnel, or maybe you will find multiple entry points. What does that mean in terms of need or service or delivery? Do you know if each interaction that your customer has with your company, brand, or employees is like a positive one? And how do you identify gaps, right? So this will help you build this 360-degree review and recognize who your loyal customers are, and it will lead you to successful customer journey map. Kate, please tell me if I answered your question or not.
Yes, sure. Thank you so much, Inna. And I would like to thank you everyone for coming today and spending this valuable hour with us. And I hope that you enjoyed this session. Thank you, everyone. See you at the next webinar. Goodbye.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate your questions. In case any of other questions, please feel free to reach us out on our chats or a community. Or yeah, we have a lot of emails like customer care email and others. We will be happy to answer all of your questions. Thanks again and have an amazing day ahead. Bye bye.
Goodbye.